Come on, kid, show your face. Oh, I see you too. Oh, I knocked that pump down. Let's go. Oh, and I got his other buddy. I can't believe it.
What's up, YouTube? Temp Gaming here, bringing you another video. Super excited about today's video. It's not going to be our typical gaming video that we do with the clan or anything. It's actually going to be something that a lot of folks have been reaching out about and just asking about. So I've had a lot of friends coming to me and asking about, hey, what PC should I get? I wanted to get into PC gaming. What should I buy? Like, what's the budget I should spend? How much money should I spend? In all reality, guys, that's really going to be based on you. Tonight's video, I'm actually going to be focusing on more of a budget build, and we can get into bigger builds in the future. But I want to do budget builds for today's video because it's something that it's very affordable. A lot of people get into it, and you don't have to get into the crazy headaches of, you know, should I get into an i7 8700K with a 1080 Ti? I mean, by all means, if you have the budget for it, do that because you're going to get incredible graphics and incredible gaming experience from it. But you don't really have to go out and spend $2,000 to get a really good PC. You could actually build a really nice PC for $400, $500 and get a really good gaming experience. So just to go over some of the parts that I'm going to be doing, today's video is going to feature a Ryzen 3 2200G. I actually only paid $99 for that. Got it on Amazon. I'll put all the links below. I got a GTX 1050 graphics card, EVGA. It's super clocked. I like this graphics card. It's really nice. It's a smaller card. You don't really have to go into the bigger cards if you don't want to. If you want, you could put a 1050 Ti into it, go for the 4 gig or even the 3 gig. But for today's build, we don't have to go that far. We don't have to get a 1050 Ti or a 1060. A 1050 is going to suffice and it's going to get you, really good graphics that you want. For the power supply, and I paid $129 for this. It was on sale. For the power supply, I got a 500 watt EVGA as well. I mean, you could even do a 450 if you want. 500 is perfect, but you could do a 450 if you want to spend a little bit less. I got that on sale for $27.99. I got a 1 terabyte hard drive WD. I use these because they're reliable. I always go back to these and literally paid $28 for this thing. So it's very inexpensive. For the motherboard, I actually chose a B450M Bazooka. And before I go any further, let me explain one thing, guys. When you're going to go get a motherboard, you're going to do a second or 2000 series of any of the Ryzens, whether it's a Ryzen, you can do a 1600X or a Ryzen 3 2200G. Do yourself a favor, save yourself an incredible headache, and make sure that it has on the bottom or somewhere in the box it'll tell you AMD Ryzen Desktop 2000 ready. It looks like that here. And the reason you want to get that is because if it doesn't have that, it could have some of the other models on it. Ideally, if you have an older Ryzen, right, and you want to go upgrade it to a Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 5 1500X or any of those 2000 series, then it's fine because you have an older Ryzen. You can plug that CPU in, it'll take it, right, it'll post, and then you can just update your BIOS from there. However, if you don't, if this is going to be your first PC that you're building, you want to make sure it says that because it's not going to have the proper BIOS in it and it's not going to post, right? It's just going to say there's no signal, or if you have an HDMI, it's going to say there's no signal going to your monitor, right? You're just going to go crazy. You're going to have to take the whole PC back apart, box it back up, and send it right back to where you got it, and hopefully you find get another one. So save yourself the headache, get yourself one that says AMD 2000 series ready. And for the RAM, I actually got I got two 4 gig sticks of DDR4 RAM. I got one with the Vengeance. What's up, buddy? This is where it's going to be like the biggest shock to me. I mean, the prices of RAM have just skyrocketed. They're super expensive. I remember when you get a stick of RAM for 20 bucks. I mean, that was DDR3 back in the day. But I mean, they're just priced here. I think I paid $70, 35 bucks a stick for each of these. Are the 2-pack. I mean, you could probably shop around and find something. Ideally, you're going to be spending anywhere from $29 or $27 for every 4 gigs. A stick is just what it is. Hopefully the price of RAM go back down. But that's the build. Oh, one more thing. The reason I went with this B450M, you could put a B350M in there. I like the B450M bazookas in there for motherboards because, first of all, they're overclockable. And second, if you ever wanted to upgrade your CPU. You don't have to change your whole, you don't have to change your motherboard and start changing everything. You just get a newer CPU, a Ryzen 7, whatever you want to put in there, to plug right inside of it. So you could overclock these, and it's definitely, you could upgrade it in the future, right? Because you're going to build a PC, build something that you could continue to upgrade for the next 5 or 6 years, right? Don't build something that has no upgrading capabilities that you're just going to have to buy a new motherboard, new CPU. It's going to cost you more money. Ideally, CPU, PC gaming or budget gaming or period, any gaming, is being able to get stuff at an affordable price. And if you want to upgrade, you might want to spend $70 and put a new part into it and just get an incredible upgrade. But other than that, guys, I'm not going to do an in-depth build tutorial, but I am going to put it all together. Once it's put together, we're going to plug it into the monitor, turn it on, put Windows on it, plug some games in, and we'll run some benchmarks and just see what we get out of it. I'll catch you guys on the other side. Alright guys, this is one of the funnest parts. Enjoy taking graphics card out because it is like amazing, right? It's, oops, I didn't mean to rip that. But you should definitely like this part because, I mean, the graphics card is like, it doesn't matter which one you go with. Whether you get a 1050, a 1050 Ti, a 1060, 1070, you know, go with a graphics card that you're comfortable with buying. Something that you could afford. Don't go way out of your budget to get something better. Because let's be honest, yes, we know that a better graphics card is going to give you better graphics. I mean, that's just, we understand that. But not every game can pump out that type of, can give you the type of graphics that, you know, that you're looking for with some of those expensive graphics cards. So just enjoy it, you know, and especially when you're pulling out your graphics card, whichever you decide to go with. I mean, look at this thing. That's just beautiful. We're going to go ahead and just peel it right off. And get it plugged into our motherboard, right? We've got to take all these pieces off, though. So this part comes off here. That's your PCI slot. That goes into there. And plug it in and go to town. That's a beaut. So this is super simple, guys. There's only one way it goes in, right? So you just push this back here, right? Push that back in. Make sure it's nice and aligned here, right? And then you snap it into place. You'll hear it click in. Sometimes it doesn't click, but you see it pop in there. Just give it a nice little push. You don't have to be too hard. It's going to hold itself in, and then, you know, tighten it up. All right, guys, here is the build here. I haven't turned it on yet. I will. Let's get this little tiny sticker protection off the super clock because it's supposed to look shiny. There we go. All right, this is it right here. Looks super clean. All right, and the last and final step that I like to do when we do a High Temp Gaming build is to put on our High Temp Gaming sticker. This lets you know it's an official High Temp Gaming build. And we just got to find where we're going to put it. I mean, looking at the build, I think I just want to put it right here. And I think it's going to look really good there when the LED lights turn on. Let's see, I just want to make sure I get it straight. I don't want to screw it up because these stickers, they are like incredibly strong, which I'm not mad about it. But if I mess it up, you really just can't peel it off because it's like void proof, you know? It'll void it if you try to peel it off. Oh, but there we go. We got it straight. It looks really, really, really good. There it is right there, guys. All right, so let's turn this thing on. We're going to fire it on right now, and let's see how it plays. And here it is right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it has posted. Yes. Awesome. We're going to hit F1 to run the setup. Oh, you guys can see me in the thing. Hey, guys. Hi. All right, so as you can see here, we got 24 megahertz DDR4, 3.5 gigahertz CPU speed. CPU temps are running decent, really good. B450M Bazooka, AMD Ryzen 3 2200G with Radeon Vega graphics. It's an APU. I am really happy with this. I mean, like, this is like clean. You know what I mean? It came out really nice. I like it. So we're gonna have to. I got actually Windows 10 installed here on this USB. I'm actually going to turn it off now. I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to install Windows. I'm going to install Steam and Battle.net. We're going to play a couple games and test it out. But it posted. We should be ready to rock. And yeah, everything's updated on it. Fantastic. We're good to go. That's before I switch it off. That's what I was talking about, guys. When you put these 2000 series CPUs in these motherboards. You want to make sure that it is AMD 2000 series ready. I mean, just going to save you a ton of headaches. It'll post. You have no issues. It's just going to save you a lot of headaches. So just make sure you get one. A lot of the times you might spend an extra $10 on it, but it's worth it unless you have an old, Ryzen or an old chip that you can put in it and you can update the BIOS that way. But I just go with a 450 or 350M that's 2000 series ready, and you shouldn't have any issues. But I'm going to turn it off now. And I am going to, actually, if you guys want to see, I can tell you guys how to install Windows on a USB if you want. Put in the comments below. I can make another video on it. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to plug it into the 3.0 port here, right? I'm going to turn it back on. And it should actually, give it a second. It's firing up. It should actually work. It should just start, it'll start pulling it, reading it out of there. So, and then we can install Windows that way. But let's give it a shot. Let's see what it wants. What it does. Called Powie Arsenal Gaming, baby.
If you guys aren't as happy as I am about building a PC and just watching that thing posting, I don't know what makes you happy. I mean, it's like one of the most satisfying feelings in the world, you know, when you put a PC together and and you start playing on it. You know, it's a super satisfying feeling. But yes, I am recording. You could see him on my TV. What's up, people? There it is. There's Windows right there, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not going to walk you through the like setup process. Everybody's installed Windows before. I mean, I would hope so, but if you haven't. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to install it, download Steam, download Battle.net, get some games, play it, and then I'm going to factory reset it and then just ship it off to the person who's actually getting it. So I'll check you guys on the back end of it. Guys, so that was it, man. We got to test out the PC. We played a little bit of CSGO, a little bit of Fortnite. Wasn't really trying to play really hard. I was just really trying to test it out, so I dropped and tilted towered a few times. Did it on epic settings, dropped the frame. The frames dropped a little bit, and I got a little bit of spike at 120 frames. I mean, it wasn't too bad, very playable. So I dropped it down to medium settings. It ran very smooth, and I put it back into high, all through them at 120 frames per second. And high seemed to be kind of at that sweet spot on it. So definitely, you know, if you build a PC like this, play around with the settings. CSGO, it ran super high frames per second. So and Fortnite, it did pretty good too. I mean, anything over, you know, 80 or 90 frames, you're going to be balling out, you know. So I guess that's really it. That concludes this build and this video. But hope you guys really enjoyed it. It's definitely an incredible PC. And again, guys, we're talking about a $500 PC with everything brand new in it. A brand new PC that you can get and can really put up some really good quality content and quality gaming for you if that's what you really want to do, you know. So let me know what you guys think. If you like it, if there's something else you probably add to it or remove from it, put it in the comments below. Other than that, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and we'll catch you next time on Temp Gaming.
Perfect.